There is a geographical error in this statue because Colombo is pointing east.
Yeah, wrong way.
But we know very well it is to the west of Barcelona. But
Mediterranean has been on these ships. This is the harbor. There's the harbor that you can sail into the Mediterranean. A lot of famous yachts in here. In this walkway, there's even a rail, light rail that goes across this. A lot of palm trees here. Mediterranean environment, very lovely.
You have
did sculpture
three different perspectives.
The three faces of
Three faces of Barcelona from Gherry, and also it was made with the stone left over discarded from the construction of Familia. It was made following the colors of Joan Miró, as I was thinking, the white, the black, and then the basic colors. And there is the cubism of Pablo Picasso. In fact, also, if you look slightly in front of you to the left, there is this old building. It's the lodge of the merchant, La Llotja, your right-hand side. Erected in the occasion of the Olympic Games of 1992.
There's the mount that we were up before.
In right, we have a yacht terminal, the fancy construction there in front of you to the right-hand side.
Ship there, it's like a.
So people that have
like a small destroyer,
yacht. But still, they managed to make a nice work. And this year, Barcelona's got blue flags, which means the water is clean. And they earn these blue flags. And you see people on top of it. And there are a few surfers there. Next to it, there is this huge whale, bronze whale. That's it. As well as this sign, this sea front maritime.
There is Frank Gehry's whale sculpture. Beside what we're looking at, there are flippers sticking out. His mouth. Behind is the tail. And when you look at that from the ocean, it looks like Neptune's helmet. So we dedicated it to the sea in two different ways. Gherry seems to be renowned here in Barcelona. A lot of structures, sculpt faces of Barcelona or of Spain. And of course he did the Bilbao Guggenheim across the country on the other side. This is the Olympic port, they called it. We got a 10-minute stop to walk around here and see the ocean. Well, 1991, I think, was the trip from Athens, Piraeus with the IM group for 14 days of sailing on a ship about that size. So if you want to look up the YouTube of the Greek Isles, go back to 1991, key in sailing, and you'll see Georg Lutz and crew and Dougie and a whole bunch of other people. It's a Gaudi apartment house there.
Those balconies, Tony Gaudi. Look at the size of the balconies. They're bigger in the lower floors and smaller in the floor above, because Gaudi wanted the same quality of light in all his apartments. And as I was saying before, the noble floor is always the second floor would be in the States, so the first floor in Europe, where the family would live, and the rest of the apartments were for the family, friends, or rented out. You see, dedicated to the Mary full of grace, the Virgin Mary, written in the angles on top, Ave Gratia Plena, the salutation to Mary full of grace. Then you see the symbol of the M and the rose on the main facade. And on top you see these chimneys. They look like helmets of the Templar Knights, protecting the Holy Tomb of Jerusalem. Templar Knights, to the Templar Knights.
What a guy.
And the cross.
We were heading to the Sagrada Familia. We just mentioned there are 12 towers, 12 facades relating to the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. And the Sagrada Familia is still surrounded by cranes. They're still building this thing for another 10 years, I think they said. Started in 1882. Still going strong. And here comes a lady with a blue umbrella and a red jacket. I think we all know her. The lovely grandmother of 23. 7 in Atlanta now. What is that? Boca's talking to me, but her lips aren't moving. What a miracle of the Sagrada Familia. Yeah, it's a carved stone here. Balconies. This is a modern apartment house with tiles. Our guy just mentioned that Gaudi took his inspiration for the towers and peaks from Montserrat, where our group's going tomorrow. Welcome there 6 times. I've been about 4 times. Gaudi was killed died at age 74. Was hit by a dam 1926, and the big fire about 10 years later burned many of his papers and drawings, but they've reconstructed it. Oh, we're getting the voice guide as it goes through here.
Composed by 3 portals. 3 portals corresponding also to the 3 theological virtues that are faith, hope, and charity. These portals, according to what Gaudi presented at the International Exhibition of Paris, should be also colored. Colored as blue as the Valley of the Nile, with a scale, say, this light during the murder of Jesus. And yellow as the high object where Jesus was going to think about the marginals of life. Probably people around to the moment of the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem offer Jesus all the beginning. So that comes on the shoulders that you see to the roof of the house, going to the right and the sun, in the center door. Then you have angels playing instruments, the archer, the violins, the choir veins. There are 4 angels, the trumpet, and you can remember about the angel of the Apocalypse as well. And there, if you look on top, you have 2 letters in JS, and it looks Homine Salvator, this is the Savior. On top of that, you see there is a white flag. The white flag over there is a pelican. The pelican showing the Roman order. Then we have the flagellation of Jesus, the symbol of the first letter of the Greek alphabet, the Omega, last letter of the Greek alphabet, because it says, I'm the beginning and I am the end, so the alpha and the Omega. Then you have the cross that sings 2 times, and Jesus denies 2 times his mind of Jesus. Then to the right, there is some responses to that.
We're on the opposite side of the basilica now.
And the crucifixion.
More modern.
We have Simon of Cyrenaeus. Then he falls 3 times on his spot of Calvary, there in the middle, in front of us, with his face printed in the kerchief of Veronica. Veronica goes to his one's face, and the face is printed on the kerchief of Veronica. To the left, we have
face is printed.
With his tears, his race, the kind of Jesus on the cross. Top left, you have the Roman soldier praying the died the God of Jesus. On top center, the Jesus dying on the cross, Holy Friday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The 3 Marys lying for Jesus' death. The skull, symbol of Jesus' death. The stone, symbol of the departure of Jesus from the terrenal life.
They put a cover over the double-decker buses here. Some of them have a cover, some of them don't. More fruits. Final model of the basilica when it is done. The fruit on top, the 4 facades are beautiful.
On the bathroom here.
Okay. 140 meters to the top tower in the center.
In front is going to the central pavilion, which covers the street. This building is going to be and we're going to the double staircase.
Here's a collection of knights of the Round Table days. Crusaders, there's Cervantes in the front, all around, tall, skinny guy. If you're a collector, this is the way to go here. Somewhere on this level, all kinds of